It's weekend at Effy's, and we're going to deal with all sorts of human emotions this week. We're going to talk about crying. We're going to talk about losing a pet that you love. We're going to talk about maximizing the next year. Yeah, I use the real word here, but you're going to hear there's actually a new word in town, and it's all about human maximalization, which is what Weekend at Effy's is going to be all about. We're going to jump around the emotional spectrum here. We're going to bid you an exciting new year, and we're going to hope that you keep tuning in for Weekend at Effy's. Thank you for listening. WeekendAtEffys.com. Jump in. We're back, Peter.
We're back.
It's been a minute. The last episode was here with my mother, and we're entering a brave new world here. And thank you to everybody who got the Christmas card this month on the Patreon, WeekendAtEffys.com, which is full of so many exciting, wild, crazy, fun pet stuff. But we had a rough one this week. It was a rough Christmas, Peter. And we lost Cranberry. Mm-hmm. And she decided it was her time. She had let us know that, fortunately, after my mom came to visit, she waited until mother left. But I feel like she saw grandma and she said, I think I'm good. I think I'm good now. I got to see everybody. We're in the clear. And I wanted her to make it at Christmas, but maybe it's better she didn't. Because then you have a Christmas where you go, oh, now she's just here for me. She was done. She was ready. She said, I'm checking out. And it was beautiful. We got to bring the dogs, which I think, you know, on one hand, they are sad dogs. They're sad.
Yeah.
You're watching them grieve. They've got different ways of doing it. But they're not confused dogs who never get to understand.
Right.
And that's what you don't want to have is your dogs come home and they go, where is she? Where has she been? When's she coming back? And you can't explain to them. But if they're there and they can see it, and if I'm there with them, we can understand it together. And it helps. And they've been wonderful this week. What beautiful creatures they've been this week.
They've been really, really, really sweet.
Really sweet. They're over there now hanging out, probably causing trouble. It is a blessing to have them here in this time. It was not easy to let go of Cranberry. I will say, AJ being there and just playing Cranberry songs on repeat and not realizing playing Zombie to a dying dog is like, and I was like, are we just going to listen to the same two Cranberry songs, which were Linger, which is just number one, not...
it was everything about it was on the she was fucking with us at the end there. Like when she was leaving her body, her spirit was running around the house, moving things around.
Yes. Just even before she was gone, it was like that last week she was already spiritually somewhere else and was kind of doing some stuff. And, you know, I brought this up and AJ had some friends there and they left when we were going to do the final moments, and he put on Wicked. He said she loves Wicked. And so he puts on, and it goes, they're giving her the sedation, and they go, unlimited, together we're unlimited.
Do you know how many pieces of clothing in the wild say unlimited in some form or fashion?
Right, yeah.
It's constant.
But here's the thing. Then they bring in the death needle. I'm just going to call it what it is. And it is, I kid you not, pink liquid in a syringe with green tape around the top, like Glinda and Elphaba in the movie Wicked, where the song's from. And obviously, I think, you know, having those nurses there at this vet they know what they're doing. They know how to approach these things. And boy, did she wait till the peak of that song to let her go to the spirit world. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I don't need any more reasons to cry when Wicked is on. And now I have many more reasons to cry when Wicked is on. But I will say this. She gave me the permission to say, listen, you've done great. You've done wonderful. We've all put in work to keep her going past when they told us, you know, oh, she can't be alive. She doesn't even have legs. How can she be alive? And then she had a whole another version of herself to come out in that wheelchair. And she said, look, you've done enough. Y'all are entering this year where things are going to get crazy. I've seen what I need to see here and be free and go to it. And it's been somber. It's been sad. But what a joy. And to see all of the old pictures of her popping up when she was at the Collective or when she was in other Christmas cards you filmed, where it's, me with blonde hair on the Christmas card kissing this dog. And then even seeing, I had my friend Charlie, they're a lawyer in, I believe, Macon, and they do a lot of community help stuff with their law work, which is incredible. And they were there when I had the day Cranberry came home, and they sent me this thing that was like, listen, you said, oh, we can't keep this dog. Like, this isn't good. We got to find a home for this dog. And she said, and I knew. And she still had the tail there.
Yeah.
Because when we got Cranberry and she was there, she would walk around the house so excited. And they call it happy tail. She would rip her tail open. And so right at her level, if you were going in the house, you would show up sometimes after work or something. And the whole house at that level would just have blood stains everywhere. And she had to get that tail chopped off, had some pet insurance. She has been through so many fun versions and so many versions of me. And I think you said it. You said you made it, or maybe my mom said she made it. She made it. Like, she's going out on her own terms. But I also thought, like, she made it. Like, think of the version of myself. And then this is part of what we grieve, I think, with pets as well. The version of yourself that has this animal. And, obviously sometimes it can be stressful. Sometimes it can be very joyous. But then you're looking and you're going, here's years later, and the person they see you become and the person you become next to them. I think you're mourning the end of a time period, and you're mourning the end of a version of yourself that is encapsulated in this person or in this creature. And thank God for James Cameron. And please go listen to the Weekend at Effy's mini-sode on cinema, where we talk about all the greatest films, including Dolby 3D Avatar, Fire and Ash. And there are just, even in these throwaway moments where their stallion birds are taken from them and they honor the gift that these creatures have brought them, even in their sacrifice. And I think that's what I'm going to keep doing going forward. But I will say this, and this is where I go. Cranberry's going, shut up, don't say that part. You're sounding really likable right now. Having a dog like that requires so much of me, and knowing what I put into it, I always felt such a great guilt leaving her with you, with AJ, with anyone when I was gone on these weekends. And so to have that, there was just sort of this extra weight on my neck, that felt like, I'm out here doing my job, doing what I'm supposed to do. But when you've done it a lot, it does feel silly sometimes. And you're going, I'm leaving my roommate and co-host to clean up, throw up and shit if something happens, or get her outside to pee in time. And I'm out here doing my pretend dance. It just felt like a little. So now she's sort of with me going, no, go do you. And you're totally fine. You can see here right now that through this, I'm becoming a religious like figure, just in facial hair. So like, I'm just trying to embrace being kind of, open to the world without having to make sure she's comfortable, because we gave her comfort the whole time, and we're going to go into this year as strong as we can be. And there is extra energy that I can put into things now that she doesn't need anymore. And I think that's beautiful that we timed it in such a way where I got this whole extra month where I was home going, it's one thing if I had to leave every other day, and I'm saying we need all this extra time, but to be here for as long as I've gotten to just be in this house and heal my body and heal myself and heal the pups, and the amount of WALKs I've gotten to take these little creatures on out into our world, it's just been marvelous. And so thank you to everyone for your condolences. But she's, as we saw in All Dogs Go to Heaven too, all dogs go to heaven, Peter. And whether we'll ever see that place, I don't know. But the dogs, they're just up there. In Avatar, in the Avatar universe, when the Na'vi connect to Iwa, and they can connect with their ancestors, like we saw when Spider was invited to the Na'vi picnic at the end of the film. Spoilers. People they'll figure it out. when you connect to your ancestors, they're telling you to go forward.
It's the Akashic record.
What?
It's like just putting it all. It's all starseed shit. That's the whole thing.
Is that
James Cameron is just a weirdo?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
if you're that cool, you can be weird. Like
crazy.
You gotta. He made Titanic. You never watched the whole thing. Big spoiler. You tuned in right as the ship was sinking, which I didn't want you to find out that was going to happen. Just kidding. That's he goes. Of course, the boat is sinking. But what a marvelous filmmaker. What a marvelous creature in Cranberry. And if we would have had ponytails, we would have connected them. But not in this universe. We did connect, and I have since connected with all of our creatures here in that way. And I think James Cameron would approve of the way I connect with the animals, And now that little bear Bebop, Bobby, now he knows his role.
Yeah.
He's protector. Mm-hmm. You think he can do it?
Yeah, I think he can do it.
He can do it. Let's go to our Patreon patrons who all got an awesome holiday card. And I brought up the holiday card earlier to mention we kind of knew she was going. We knew she was on her way out. And I'm really happy we got to do an all 3 dogs and chicken holiday card before that time expired, in memoriam. I'll still send you the card if you sign up for the Cranddaddy. And I think I figured out a system. I think we're going to do a postcard system. And I think we've got some exciting choices for all of that, because I think people deserve to get some mail right now. It's very good to get things physically in the mail. So you'll see the updates on the Patreon, weekend@effys.com, Cranddaddy tier. You're the best. And we've got questions from our avid patrons online. They're the ones who are asking questions, and it's beautiful. And I'm ready to answer any of them. Are you ready to answer?
Oh, ready to answer. Okay, this first one's from Danny. Besides fruitcake, what's a favorite holiday treat? This is nice because we're coming out of the holiday, so we can be a little reflective about what the good treats were this year.
Yeah, and we got to be reflective because my mom came and brought things I wanted.
That too.
Where she brought butternut squash soup, and she brought me the little wreaths. So simple. I mean, it's basically a marshmallow wreath. But you add those little cinnamon candies and the green dye.
Yeah.
And it's a Christmas miracle. Mm-hmm. Did you eat any custard?
I didn't.
I'm going to have to make a custard.
Okay.
Here. My mother made us custard. And you kept saying, stop talking about custard so much. But how could I? It's my food pyramid?
Custard.
100%.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah. If they come to a point where they're like, hey, every day your rations is this protein custard, I'm fully good. I'm good. You want me to meal prep? Custard. If they can make a nutritious custard, it's the only thing I'd eat. You know why I eat yogurt?
Because it's close to
custard.
Because
it's kind of like custard. Yeah, 100%.
There's a big yogurt recall.
Not for me. I'm going to eat whatever yogurt I want, and I want all the cultures. You have to rebuild your gut biome with things like kombucha, with things like kimchi, which you're a big fan of.
Yeah.
And we have to reset it with onions. Do you know that?
Onions, I didn't know.
Onions help reset your gut biome. Now, not great for dogs. They don't love them. Okay? Don't feed your dogs onions. Feed yourself onions. We have to onion because it is a rapid food source for those gut biomes to rebuild. Okay? What was the question?
Favorite holiday treats?
Oh, yeah. So custard, 100%. Little wreaths, 100%. I had that chocolate pecan pie, and my mom was like, it's too rich. And it was not. It is in me now. I have become pecan pie. I did cook a whole turkey, which came in handy during Cranberry's last few weeks to just be able to feed her something she wanted. And I also... What did I do? I just was eating marshmallows. I think that to me is a holiday thing, that I was just craving marshmallows. Yeah. So marshmallows and custard. What about you, Peter?
The what are the little chocolate balls?
The little Ferrero Rocher truffles?
The Lidden?
Lindens? Yeah.
They had a bunch of like holiday ones this year that were really interesting. There was a snickerdoodle white chocolate. I'm typically not a white chocolate person, but it was
with
just
the
so
cinnamon.
melty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need that really little extra holiday spice. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did eat a lot of yams too over the holidays. So I think that's a top holiday food. I'm a yam. I'm kind of what do you call it? A yam supremacist. You know, they say in America they're not yams; they're all sweet potatoes. There's no such thing as an American yam. You know that?
Right.
African yams are the only ones that are actual yams. But the way we've been able to versatility the sweet potato itself to kind of appear as the yam in those dishes, I honor sweet potatoes with my life. Southern way of life. So sweet potatoes is a holiday treat too. I didn't eat any peppermint bark.
Oh.
And I think we should have.
That?
Yeah, I saw it in that Michelle Pfeiffer movie, and I was like, ooh, I really want some peppermint bark. I didn't eat a fruitcake this year either, but I'm hoping that there's a Harry and David's fruitcake sale after the holidays that I'm like going to find out about. Not in a like miserly Grinch way, but in a like, I need a discount, and I'm making my holiday cheer elongate.
Yeah, totally.
It's Christmas all year now.
It's Christmas all year now.
I get it. I finally get it. I love it. What a time. And listen, I only celebrate Christmas in a commercial sense. But I think that's the most exciting way to do it. What? What was it? What?
No, it was just funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this next, this is also from Danny. For Petár, what is the inspiration behind your prints? This current set of prints there was an Office Depot going out of business, and I just ran them ragged by printing a bunch of massive black and whites.
Yeah, but you're not talking about the subject of the art. You're not talking about what the art is that you're printing. You're just saying, here's how I got it printed.
Yeah. But that's easier.
Yeah, I know that's easier. Well, let's plug the Etsy because you do have some art up on the store now.
I do. I have added.
I'm really excited that you put that up. We've had a few prints available on the Whatnot sales that we've been doing, but this I think is a better idea to just put your art in a magical place. Now, does Etsy connect to my ShipStation?
We could probably make that happen.
All right, let's make that happen. Yeah, see, they're not making you searchable right now. We got to up the SEO here, folks. Petár is working very hard to keep this podcast looking and sounding and feeling right. And we've entered a new technological age where now we have a computer here for the podcast and for art and for other things that is beyond just forcing Peter to use their art laptop to actually run all of our lives together, which is too much to ask.
So yes, I am back to posting on Instagram. There's going to be some other places too, but for the moment, that's where we're at. I have been having so many weird login things all week.
Well, where's the URL? Does it just have a URL?
It's going to be linked in the episode.
We're linking it in the episode
so
for the Etsy and the Instagram.
The one, if you want to buy some anti-AI stickers, aisucks.bigcartel.com.
AISUXXX, right?
No, just regular sucks.
AISUCKS?
Yes.
Okay, let's just make sure I know this so I can post it correctly. AISUCKS.bigcartel.com?
Yes.
All right, awesome. I had a few of those already go out this week. They've been popular on the Whatnot when they popped up as well. So,
Heather, sorry your packages look crazy. We were trying to get them out.
This is a thing we've been doing too, Peter. Explain it to me in an astrological sense. We've both actually been on top of things where we're like, we both told Bennett Movie John to change the address. We both told Heather, sorry, your packages are crazy. They're on the way. We're doing parallel universe confirmations.
So we synced up our astrological periods when you had your birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Mars is one of your planets for the year, and it's one of my planets for the year as well. And so because we have flipped it, like my first house is your seventh house.
Okay.
Your seventh house is my first house. So our charts are opposite.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Exactly. And so we have all this interesting like mutual reception running through the whole chart, which is why we're good friends. But it also means that living together, we get the same transits every once in a while.
Awesome.
But it hits on the opposite end of the spectrum. And so
I think more communication is a good thing.
I think more communication is a good thing.
And that means we're both communicating in the same distance and the same level. So we're just, you know what? If you get double communicated with, that's not anything to worry about.
No.
It's awesome.
That's great.
It's great.
Nose jokes stink, but all eye jokes are cornea.
Cornea? Because it's like corny?
Yeah, thanks,
okay.
Heather.
Okay. Hi.
Any wild New Year's plans?
Yeah, I gotta go be fine for New Year's.
Yeah.
And I took the most time off I've taken this year since we last spoke. I had my last match in LA, and then I had another match. And Cranberry is honestly hilarious because the day she was really ready to go was the only day this month I booked a show.
Yeah.
And so I had to go wrestle. Well, I didn't have to. I was excited to get the ring time with DWA, Dynamic Wrestling Association, here in Atlanta. They were running a show in Alpharetta. Thank God my good friend Luis came with me. He had been there to kind of help in the morning and is a doggo. Did the cranberry tattoo on my leg.
Yeah.
Luis Tattoos, I think is with a 2 on Instagram. But came with me to the show, and it was like the first match I've had in 2 weeks, and it was, a local show in town, so I'm not having to travel a bunch, and I'm kind of feeling my knee out. Now, you didn't see the footage of me getting beaten up with the Meta Ray-Bans, right?
No, I didn't.
Because it's AI for sure.
Oh, really?
I think it could be. Maybe it's not real footage.
See.
Maybe it's not real footage. So I go to the show, and and I knew it was coming, and I was like, okay, good. It's a Tuesday. I did a run-in on Friday to set the match up. It was awesome. And then of course I'm like, oh, the day Cranberry's ready to go back to heaven, I have to also go wrestle. So not only did I go have the death of my creature, I then wrestled that night. And I'm so sorry to Eddie Hendricks because the next day was Christmas Eve, and I woke up and my hands were sore because I had just been chopping the hell out of this big man's chest. And you're watching this footage, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
It looks fake, right? It could be AI.
There's there's definitely some stabilization stuff that's happening, and I think they're running some post over the top of it that's maybe not totally. Because so far,
Right, so I didn't get punched in the face.
Oh, you didn't get punched in the face? This isn't real?
That's what I'm telling people so they don't know.
God.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's AI so they don't think I got my face beat in.
All right, I thought you were actually looking at a thing.
No,
I don't think it's AI.
No, tell them it
I think
doesn't
at
look.
most there's some post-processing happening on it.
But do you think he really hit me that many times in the face? Oh, he did.
He did?
He did.
Okay.
It's not AI.
Oh, okay.
AI sucks. It's
yeah.
real footage of him punching me in the face via the glasses. I thought it was so funny that was kind of my return to the ring was on a day where I was just emotionally not there. And now for New Year's, now that I've felt confident in my leg again, that I've had time to grieve, that I've had time to be totally fine, that I've had time to grow extra. See, when they punch my face, but I have a beard, they can't get to it. Psh, can't get to it. Psh, can't get to it because it's like a pillow.
Yeah.
Try to punch you in the face right now, hard as you can. Ah! It didn't even hurt. I just wanted you to feel strong. Okay? Is this fine?
Sure.
Do I look like you would if you were a TikTok person on the street and you saw me? Would you offer some kind of me to do some kind of trick for money because you thought I really needed it?
Maybe.
Do I look rough?
Maybe a little.
I think I look fine.
Yeah.
But look at how long the beard is.
It's starting to get a little Civil War generally. It's when those.
You want to talk about wars? I've seen wars.
What's the baby doing over there?
What are you doing, baby? Does she want to sit with me?
I think she might.
I'm going to tell you my New Year's plans with her in my lap.
Okay. All right. Lucy is coming over to join us. She is being, Miss Diane Keaton. She's Diane Keaton when she wears her sweater.
Here's my New Year's plans. New Year's plan number 1, go fly up to the show at the Mecca. New Year's plan number 2, Win, do or die Rumble, become number 1 contender for the GCW World Championship, my GCW World Championship. Number 3, can't say live on the air, but I'll say this: Atticus Kogar's in a 6-way match with a death match. So good luck, because there's no rules in a match like that. And then plan number 4, hang out with my good friend in Brooklyn and vibe, and then go to Minneapolis and beat up people at First Avenue where Prince is. His spirit lives there, and we were born on the same day. Me, Prince, and Mick Foley. And so whenever I'm there, I win in ways that I can't even imagine.
Beautiful.
That's my New Year's plans. Thank you for the question.
Okay, we have a second part to this question from Rob. I want to make more soups in 2026. What should be my first soup of the new year?
I think the thing with the soup is some people overdo their soups where you can really theme a soup down to being about 1 or 2 things. I think the first soup you need to do in the new year, ready for it? Do a white chicken chili.
White chicken chili.
White chicken chili.
White
Do you know how to
chicken
make
chili.
it?
No. Tell me how.
You could do green peppers from a can, pinto beans, northern beans, maybe one other bean, maybe a red bean. You do shredded chicken. You do lime, a little bit of lime. You do carrots, onions, garlic, peppers, green peppers cut up, fresh ones cut up. Cook it down with all the onions and spices. You do a little bit of tomatoes, but only the ones crushed from the can. Then you do corn. You got to do the frozen corn, not the corn from the can. Then you got to cook that whole thing down. Maybe you add tomatillas in there too if you really want to. But it's got to have a little lime, a little tang, and you got to cook the whole thing down with some chicken stock. Get a low sodium chicken stock, and then you're going to have white chicken chili like you can't believe.
Beautiful.
Have you ever made it?
No.
We got to get a big pot. Oh, you want me to make it?
Yeah.
I'm going to make white chicken chili.
Okay.
And we're going to tell everybody about it.
That sounds...
Will you review it on the podcast?
I will 1,000% review.
Will people come to our restaurant when we open it?
Yeah.
It's a yard restaurant.
A yard run.
Yardstraunt. It opens in the spring. Tickets are limited because so are the eggs.
Okay. This is from Cherry Legend. Petár, what are your go-to websites for your astrology work? As a
Great
Pisces,
question.
I have an interesting time ahead of me, so I want to dig in deeper and do some research to be prepared. So I use AstroSeek for like data and table stuff. They have a bunch of like good Mercury retrograde tables. The guy that runs that site is really good about updating it to what people actually want. So what's like useful, what's not useful. I've been using Luna Astrology for it's like cloud astro software. It's not, there's so much like astrology stuff that is very Web 1.0, Web 2.0 that just, it feels a little cringy. It's not well designed. It just feels like typing into like a Windows 98 like word processor. Like
where you get your horoscope on like dailyhoroscope.com.
Even AstroSeek has a bit of that vibe. It's just their data is really good. It's like $7 a month for the Luna stuff. This, of course, is only if you know what you're doing with a chart already. But
I think that's something that I'm really excited about is your journey this next year to be able to translate some of these things for people who don't know how to do that.
That is what I am working on right now, is trying to figure out if you can remove astrology from the astrology and
just tell me when to do it.
Yeah, exactly. The astrology podcast is probably the best resource for non-woo-woo traditional Hellenistic astrology. If you want something that is just straightforward and is not gonna, like, no star seeds allowed on astrology podcasts. Like, they are very
James Cameron is a star
everything.
seed, we found out.
And then my like favorite, if you need something for remediations, which is like a whole other wormhole to fall down. Sphere and Sundry is a business that is run by the wife of the guy that I take my like real deal astrology courses from.
Yeah.
They have had this business where they have gone through like all these old medieval textbooks and created a system of using the planets to make like tinctures, oils, like massage stuff, incense. Like This stuff is incredibly powerful, and so if you do need something to get through a particularly difficult time, it's like real deal everything, and like all of their stuff is really thought out, well researched, etc. And that's probably like the biggest stuff that I use, other than transitviewer.net and zodiacalreleasing.net and planetaryhours.net. Those are all free resources that have really good information on them.
Hell yeah. Well, and that's why I'm glad to have a translator here, because that's more websites than I can remember, but they're here.
It's a lot of stuff when you start going down the wormhole, which if you're a Pisces, you probably have plenty of invitations to go down the wormhole. There's plenty of stuff to dig into, and it's like really rich and rewarding. Just like don't lose your head, because it's very easy to do. Okay, let's get to our next question.
I love it.
This is another one from Danny. I always want to know about the snack bar at Ridgefield Park Mecca. Is the food any good?
I will say, friend of the podcast, Nick Carp, tried to do the 999.
Okay.
Which is 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, and 9 matches.
I've heard of this.
It's usually done for baseball with the 9 innings. Yeah, so they have very respectable hot dogs at Ridgefield Park Mecca, where I will be for New Year's for the GCW show, which once again, this is a venue where like no matter what your journey is, sometimes you just start anew at the Mecca.
Yeah.
And you get there and you go, what a historied hall where every wrestler has stood, that I must now make my stand. And the snacks are great. I don't drink beer, but they also always have beer, and they have a lot of like candies and stuff. I don't know. I've never specifically been seeking it out. I did one time get fed at a quinceañera when we had to all stay upstairs because we couldn't use the downstairs as a locker room because of the quinceañera, and they fixed us a plate. Well, a couple of us. Not all y'all deserve it.
That's really cute.
Yeah, and so we got delicious. If you think they're not bringing out the best dishes for the quinceañera as a celebration, wrong. They're bringing out the best dishes. Tamales. I need New Year's tamales.
Yeah.
Because that's what brings you good luck, is when you have New Year's tamales. Look at her at the desk update right now. This is incredible.
It's wonderful.
This is incredible.
We didn't Black Eyed Peas, but you're gone for New Year's.
I'm gone for New Year's, and I'm not home until the 4th after I do 3 shows in a row. Incredible.
Goodness.
Back in business, baby.
Did you hear the doctors have determined that diarrhea is hereditary?
Oh, what?
They found it runs in your genes.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
What did the math book say to the doctor?
What?
I'm full of problems.
Well, that makes sense. It's a math book. Come here.
Thank you, Heather, for all the love and the support. You are truly the best.
You're a gem and a diamond and a ruby and a sapphire. Peter, fun fact. Do you want to hear my fun fact?
I want to hear all your fun facts.
Peter, fun fact. Do you think when my dog died was the first time I cried tears out of my face last week?
Probably not.
Nope, not at all.
Lucy's trying to do business on your phone.
Oh, that's fine. She can do business. I tried to create the same experience for you because of how moved I was. But my good friend, Sydney Akeem, is a world-class performer in many aspects. Former 24/7 champion on WWE. Former Cirque du Soleil performer, obviously. Former opponent of Effy. And he is in town, or was in town, working on the Atlanta tour version of the Cirque du Soleil show, known, what is it called? As Luzia. Now, that's a mixture of words. It's not a real word. Okay. Get it. We're talking about the circus, Lucy, and they don't use animals in the circus anymore for a reason. Okay, so I was like, he was like, I have free tickets for the noon show.
Is the reason they don't use animals in the circus anymore is because the animals kept licking everyone's faces when they were trying to talk?
She is making sure my beard is bushy enough so that people know I'm fine.
Yeah.
Bushy enough to be fine.
Just like dripping wet one side by the end of this.
I don't care. I love her, and can they hear her licking?
Probably.
Here, she's gonna lay in your lap. Okay, so I was like, I see you're in Atlanta. And he was like, I got tickets if you come to the afternoon show. So me and AJ went. I was like, come with me to the circus. We have tickets. Now, little did I know what a magic gift this was. I didn't know how expensive the circus was.
Yeah.
It's like expensive to go to the circus. And, you know, he's never been to a circus type situation. You've never been to a circus like this, right?
No.
I really wanted to take you. I'm sorry it didn't work out. It's fine. To see...
My ex used to be a performer there, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Whenever they would come to town, they would get the like ballroom dance people to come in and do the like pre-show walk-in thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they just have like performers.
Yeah. And this time they were hummingbirds going through the audience. Little hummingbirds. And this one is all based on a trip to Mexico. The Cirque du Soleil show, Luzia, which we went to. And I haven't seen Cirque du Soleil in person for a long time, right?
Which one did you see?
I saw Ka and I saw O.
Okay.
O is the water one in Vegas.
Okay.
And Ka is the stage like goes like it's a floating giant movable stage. Which one did you see?
I've never seen it.
Okay, so there are all these little themes of the story, and this one is a trip through Mexico. So there's like a lot of Mexican cultural themes. But I'm sitting here watching, and I just like tears just start rolling down my face because I just like couldn't believe human beings were able to do this. And it reinvigorated my spirit. I think my knee started healing severely after I went to Cirque du Soleil Luzia. Okay? Because I was looking at their bodies and looking at what they were able to do. There's a strongman part of the show where he just keeps going higher and higher and splitting wider and wider. And you just are so worried he's not going to live. And then you remember he's got 3 shows that day. And this is his skill and his act. I'm watching The Contortionist. One of the most incredible things I've ever seen. And I'm going, how often during the week are you doing something and you got to kind of take a poop? And if this guy had to take a poop, the whole show is ruined.
Oh, you bet that diet is in check.
Yeah,
there can't be
miraculous
no random Taco
athletes.
Bell runs, no Crunchwrap Supremes before this performance. And I'm gonna fit, in a risky diner situation. None of that.
Don't you dare. Because you have to be able
chicken in a container.
This contortionist was moving in ways I did not think was humanly possible. What was so fascinating is when it is a circus like that, you see this show in this 2-hour full, action-packed show and there's a water wall that can do patterns in the water. The water wall does patterns. It's a central theme of the whole thing is the search for water and what it runs away from us. And I just kept crying at Luzia, and it was beautiful. And I think there's probably other factors at play, but there is something so insane about what this current circus version is providing as far as human achievement and human wonders. And I also was looking at I've been on my own journey here, Peter, that I want you to hear. I've been living in a world where I've just assumed everybody is poor. Okay? I look around me, we all do our best. And I went to the circus and I went, no, there's some crazy rich people out here. We got to start making them give us their rich people money and stop ripping off poor people. Make sure we get the rich people and they pay extra dynamic pricing. That's what the circus taught me. If they'll pay $160 for a ticket, you don't charge them $35, okay? But if they only have $35, you get their $35 and tell them to lie, and then everyone else will pay the higher price. We shouldn't have said it on the air. Damn it. My truth. Either way, listen, there were full families. They spent thousands of dollars to just bring everybody. Yeah. Everybody's in town for Christmas. We're all going to Cirque du Soleil. And it was really, really special to get to do that without mortgaging my computer. I wouldn't have a house to mortgage. We'd have to mortgage something else. Sidney Akeem is incredible. To see him be a full-time wrestler and leave the circus and then be good enough at this to just jump back in and watch him move an otherworldly creature. It is awesome. It is sick. And it is indicative of this new economy we are in, where someone can be an incredible professional wrestler and they also can have all these other skills, and whatever skill is needing of you the most can fill that time. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you something, Sydney Akeem. And no offense to anyone, winter shows, not as good. Less. Holiday time, you're not wrestling 3 shows a day during holiday time like Dusty Rhodes in 88 when they used to run Christmas because no one had the internet or cable. Okay. Now, in the holiday season, we are traveling with family. We are celebrating holidays. We are doing this. There is not a heavy need for indie wrestling the way there is in May, in June, in August, and even October when it's crazy. There's this world that I hold on to as a full-time professional wrestler that I prepare for in these December times that I know are for resting. I've built up the rest of my year to be important in that way because this time comes and I go, every time I've stretched myself thin in a holiday time show, I haven't really been pumped on it. And so to honor that now and to see Sydney Akeem honoring it in a way where you go, the circus is very busy in this time and the shows are not good this time. I'm so happy you have this skill set that translates so well to wrestling, but that is also marvelously perfect for you to do a 3-week run in the most skill-based performance I've ever seen anyone do. I'm watching this going, I'm complaining about remembering an 11-minute match, and they're remembering multiple segments with flips, with help, with, they do this with the swing beams, right? And if you time it wrong, the person that's flipping between the swinging beam onto the other swinging beam will not be there when the beam lands correctly. And so to watch them make these live real-time adjustments, like, yes, I've said before, if you go to the circus, a show, a band, a Broadway musical, it's not all different every night. It's the same act every night in a lot of ways, where wrestling is not that. But to watch them make these real-time adjustments of these giant machines, of which they have to have immaculate understanding physically of, with their bodies in tune with it. It's like, even if you see the slightest mistake, you go, that's so incredible that now it's proof to me that it's real, that you have to do it every time. The circus, Peter, really refreshed my spirit.
I love
and they were tears of joy. And it just, I felt leaving it like, and this week I think there's been a big theme. There's been one big theme, and it's that going for it's back. Okay?
Yeah.
In the circus, you can't learn that you can do these skills unless you go for it. I can't watch you get flipped off another person through a tiny ring onto another person on a moving double treadmill, no less. A giant moving double treadmill that you're flipping through. You don't find out unless you do that till you go all the way. Marty Supreme, you disagree with him. Maybe good, maybe bad. A lot of people disagree with him in the same way they disagree with Timothée Chalamet. But let me tell you something. The results are there of going for it. And let's talk about the biggest emotional, spiritual moment. Avatar 3, Fire and Ash. If James Cameron had listened to anyone in the 51 years he's been preparing his starseed child of the Arcturians to create the world of the Na'vi for us to understand, if at any point had he listened to reason, had he listened to others trying to bring you down to a mid-level sedan when you are a Ferrari, he wouldn't have followed through with creating this world. This is the time in our world, in my world at least, and I hope you follow suit, all of you, to reach all the way for it, to go all the way for it, to maximize it, to have people go, I think you're doing a little too much. And then you go, no, I'm not. I'm doing the most I can do because that's what you do. And we're going to put it on the line, and we're going to keep putting it on the line. And some days you reflect in this holiday time, and I think I needed all of this. You reflect on the holiday time, and you go, what the fuck am I doing with my life? It's like that clip of when Megan Stalter went on Jimmy Fallon, and she goes, you're sitting at the breakfast table, and you go, oh, get me out of here. And she just has like her little meltdown. It's like, I was feeling that a little bit. And now I'm feeling, no, you're in this unique position. We're in a very unique position. You're in it too now, Peter, where we can encourage people because they will listen to our words and our virtues. To be bigger, we can follow the suit of that. And if you don't want to be big, don't do it. But if you're going to be surprised or off-put by some of us that are out here jumping all the way and risking it, risking life, guess what? There's comfort in that. Because when you're faced with risk in life, which we're all going to be faced with soon, because they're getting rid of our jobs, they're getting rid of our economy, they're shutting down everything, they want you to feel helpless, they want to take away your streaming. Well, wrong. Scroll Instagram. It's just as good as cinema to me. Sorry. I know how to use my brain. Nothing like it. Yeah. There's people out there who just heard that, who listen to the show. Nothing like it. Guess what? I've sent them all the nothing like it. Nothing like an Ouija board. Nothing like it. Because there is nothing like it. Humans will find the entertainment that makes us. And if you want to corporately lock that away from us in a way where we have to sign up for Pap Smear Max, Super Hulu, you take our Suckfest Duffy Brothers, Stranger Things took 31 years to make, crap load center shot for TikTok TV shows. You'll take our schlop? No, we won't, because we will find schlop no matter what. That's what humans do. We will find the schlop we need to fuel us, and you can price us out of it, and I hope it goes well for you with your mergers. You can all use crypto scams to run everything up the wire. You can all think that you're in control, but one thing we have as humans is the ability to do and the ability to like or not like what you're giving us, and if you're giving us shit, we're going to find other things to eat, okay? So we're out here making real art, and there's people doing it, and we're not going to be told that AI schlop is good. We're not going to be told that we don't need humans to lead our stories. And we're going for it, okay? They think we're trash art, Peter. They think pro wrestling is trash art. You know what they told James Cameron? Oh, the Avatar. Well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, and it's so stupid. How about we're about to cross over another $2 billion, okay? How about we keep showing... And it's not about making the money, right? Because that's what they think. They see Avatar made $2 billion. We should do that too. No, it's about people responding to real going for it energy, okay? And guess what kind of energy we're going to bring people at live wrestling shows? The most going for it energy you've ever seen in your life. People going for it in ways you can't even imagine. People backstage going, wouldn't it be so crazy? Wouldn't it be the craziest thing you've ever seen in person if we did this and they got to witness that? Not because they're doing it because we're rich about it, but because we're being given a space for our art to do it. And we go, if I was a fan of this thing, I would do the craziest thing possible. And then through human maximalism, which is the future that we're getting into. And if you minimize the humans in your maximalism, that's where you're going to get screwed. But if you're maximalized by the maximalism of humanity and you jump all the way in with it, you're going to see that indie wrestling is the core of that. And all wrestling is the core of that. Because I'm telling you, it's two people backstage going, we should do that for them because it's so crazy. It's so crazy to even think that humans could do that. And then they do it. And I'm up there and I'm watching them going, what? And I've seen it 10,000 times, Peter. They ring the bell. 10,000 times, Peter, they ring the bell. Ring, 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 ring. It's the contest. And guess what? Every time I watch a wrestling show, there's still something where I go, yeah, part of it's because I've been there. Part of it's because James Cameron's made movies, right? He knows how to make a movie. Part of it's because you've been in the circus. You know about a circus show. But when you're all the way in it, you know what that can do to people? It goes from just being entertainment to encouraging them to do a Luigi Mangione. If my art encourages that, okay, through art, through maximizing human potential, I can't stop that, Peter, and I won't stop that because I'm trying to inspire a nation to do what their version of maximalism is. Taylor maximized, and there's proof in the pudding that it hurts sometimes to maximize. It hurts sometimes to maximalize all the way. Is that a real word, Peter?
No.
Yes, it is now. I just made it up. All words are made up. We have control of our language. We have control to show the people what the maximalization of humanity is. That might not have been a real word. You're looking at me like I'm going nuts, Peter.
No, you're not going nuts.
You're looking at me like I'm going nuts.
It's a
and I don't
comedy
care.
podcast. Everything we say is comedy.
What? It's all comedy. Oh,
it's all comedy.
Yeah. Listen, there's legal proof that it's all comedy. What I'm saying is the people are not going to be brainwashed by your AI slop, no matter how much money you spend on it. Here's the coolest part of AI now, y'all. Do you want to hear the real positive net benefit of AI? You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Once I tell you this, it's gonna ruin it, all of it. All right. Let's say you remember when we first saw that video and it's AI of SpongeBob doing the.
Yeah.
Now, for the first time, for a lot of people seeing that, at no point had they ever put together that could be a thing, right? So this AI, generative AI image creation has now opened the portal to where you can go, I want to see Family Guy, but it's Saving Private Ryan, and Snoopy and Brian Griffin are in love, but it's shot in the style of a 3D Reindeer Rudolph stop motion special, right? Okay, now here's the beauty. You could waste water doing that, but what the AI has done, and this is why we can turn it off now. Once it was on, all we had to do was turn this thing back on for people. Imagination. Because y'all had never considered that you could put all those things together. But now, look at this. Watch this, Peter. Oh my gosh. It's Peter from Family Guy. And he's in Saving Private Ryan. But it looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And because I had my mind open to the fact that you could just imagine that, you see him make it. Once you see him make it once in AI, your imagination has more data than all of AI.
You know not everyone has an imagination, though, right?
But they can encourage it to grow like any other muscle.
I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean some people can't visualize things.
Some people can't do a pull-up, but does that mean they never will? Some people can't do a push-up. Does that mean they never will? Some people can't read a book. Does that mean they never will? We have to encourage people to try to stretch the muscle of imagination, because every idea has to start as imagination. But some of these people, Peter, they didn't even know imagination was a thing until they saw the AI. So thank you, AI, for showing us what it means to imagine again. But I'm sorry, I'm stepping in now to say, now that you all know how to imagine through the power of something imagining for you and seeing the real world truth of that, now you have to imagine it on your own. And it will feel so much more powerful when you imagine it on your own. Now, I had an art teacher in middle school. And there was a guy in our class, and he was real into anime. Okay. And he would do these drawings that were like exact drawings of these anime books, like really well done copies of these anime style drawings. And I said, this art is so good. And I argued with my art teacher. There's many instances of me arguing with people of authority, as you can guess. And I said, how can you say that this isn't art? It's art. She says, it's not art. It's clever copying. I said, and that's wrong. It is art. Look at it. On the page, you see it. It's art. And now I'm here to say, you were right, art teacher. You were right. Because we have a group of people now in our society that aren't seeing the beauty for the trees and the forest for the beauty. They're just copying other things to make things that they want to see. They're getting the keys jingled in front of their eyes. And we have to now go copying from a computer perspective other people's inventions is only in itself a circulatory masturbation of art and is not art itself. And I will reflect and say, I'm sorry to the young man who is copying the anime pictures. And I'm sorry to the teacher that I argued with. But it's not. It's not art, and neither is this. But your imagination is the purest form of art, because art requires you expel things from your ability as a human to express it in a way that other people can see what you're trying to get them to see, right? Perception is art, but the truest form of art is when you perceive it yourself. And you want to have an unlimited gallery? You don't need Claude. You don't need Gemini. You don't need ChatGPT. Let me ask Chat. You know what you need? You need your mind slate, which is infinite and reloadable. And if I close my eyes, I've painted visions and artistic works that would blow people out of the water that I haven't progressed outside of my mind into the artist sphere. But you created in your mind for yourself, and to me, that's art that you're only ever going to see. That's the big negative of it, is that the art, it's got to stay in there unless you can get it out. But just typing something in that you thought is not the same as having the imaginative vision that we're going to need in the new year when we maximize human potential. Y'all have created everything at once. You have shit out every Christmas gift that ever existed and put it under my tree. And to you, I say, I will make the box into a fortress of the gift that this came in, and I will reject every other perfection, because once I have seen it all, it means nothing. Once every possibility is infinite in a single stroke, it means nothing. And you know what? I can make it mean something, because even if it's ugly, I made it. And we're going to make it. And if my suplex isn't perfect, good, because it's fucking art. But my suplex is perfect, actually. I watched, and I was like worried about my knee, and I did a Northern Lights, and I was like, ooh, girl, the bridge was stunning, honestly. So we're back. We're back. Art. It should blow your mind that humans are achieving any of this. That humans are waking up to any of this. Are you not inspired right now?
I am inspired.
This is human maximalism. This is the era of human maximalism. We're back, baby. I don't know what you're going to be able to clip out of this. Do I appear unstable? I'm not. I'm more stable than I've ever been. My knee feels great. I'm standing and walking just fine. How do I taste? Diane Keaton, how do I taste? R.I.P. to real Diane Keaton. She's back here with us now. Lucifer, you are my Diane Keaton. Let me have one kiss on the lips. And if you don't kiss your dog on the lips, you're going to regret when you can't. Okay? I would never turn down a kiss from my sweet girl. And she's not with us anymore. She was with us for a long time. And you know what she would want us to do? Human maximalization. This is a new frontier, Peter, and it should scare you a little bit. We're jumping into a new, a dark waters, way of water. Who knew by the end of this year that you would be a James Cameron superfan like me? That we would come together on this point? Who knew that we'd be leaving this year with one of our lost sisters, but that she would tell us it's fine? Who knew that we would be returning to doing, Peter? You know what they haven't wanted us to do? Exactly. Anything. They want us all to sit and accept the schlop and just turn into the characters from the Pixar film WALL-E and just suck down our schlop custard and watch our schlop shows. And you know what? Screw you. I'm going to do it sometimes. But I'm not going to fall into the trap that you want me to fall into, which is the total lack of incel participation in this world. We're going to rain down. We're going to create human love. We're bringing back human love too, Peter. Number 2 on the list. Number 1, human art through doing, maximalization. Number 2, love, bringing it back. You know how many people are scared to share their feelings? You know how many people are scared to have to turn someone else down? To hurt them like that? You know how fun that is, Peter? To be rejected, to have your heart broken, to feel all of that. Mm-hmm. You know how real it is in this world? The only thing that's true is the feeling. You're all chasing the schlop feeling. You got to go get hurt, and you got to go get dirty, and you got to go get muddy feet, and you got to go get sweaty, and you got to take a shower sometimes. And you got to eat dirty meat. Maybe no, I don't know. But I'm saying, don't be so safe about any of it. We're ending this year, and I'm looking back at it, and I'm going, I survived it. There were moments of joy, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm going into next year, and I'm having fun the whole time, because there were plenty of times this year where life was trying to tell me to sit down and shut up and not participate in ways beyond what I was told to do or participate in. And that's not what I'm doing. And I'm not talking about anyone in wrestling telling me. I'm talking about the way society. We live in a society. I'm fired up, Peter, because we've lost parts of this world that I think have now, nor were they ever a chain, but I think that I am less grounded than ever, and I think it's at the right time. And I think it's at a time where we have to trust each other as much as we can. And you know what? Like Matthew McConaughey says, if y'all come stab me in the back this year, Good on you, baby, because we're operating in the positive and we're going to make magic. And I just want to say also, for my own sake, before I wrap this up, if y'all are messaging me about being booked for Big Gay Brunch in Las Vegas, April, just wait a second. I'm not booking that show yet. I don't have to. The right show will come together. All right? What if I am a star seed, Peter? Wouldn't that be weird that I deny it to embrace only my human form, built of mud and rocks and sticks and amino acids from comets that passed us years and years ago, that built us up in the mud and the rut of this dirty volcano? How about that? You ever think about that?
All the time.
I love that I'm a long pig. I love that I'm a step away from scratching my ass and picking bugs off my brothers and sisters. I love it because guess what? The expectations for us are nothing but cave meat and reproduction. And guess what we're going to do, Peter? Maximize! We're maximizing this whole function. And if you're thinking, oh, this is some crazy energy, buckle up. Buckle up for the show. Because you're going to be seeing things you can't even imagine in this upcoming adventure. And I hope it inspires you to keep adventuring. And I hope you sign up for our Patreon because Peter might need some assistance through all of this. Weekend@Effys.com. Please. If you do anything to help the podcast, posting videos, sharing videos, following Instagram, following TikTok, the new videos, by the way, Peter, incredible.
Thank you.
Look so good.
Thank
People
you.
should be sharing it left and right. I'm like sick to my stomach that they're not. And here's the thing: we're gonna be moving into more expansion of our own views by having people in this studio. We don't have a guest this week except for Lucy. She's a great guest, but we're gonna be tested. We're gonna be checked, and we're gonna learn. And you know what? We're gonna travel humanity. How about that? How about that? You know what? I keep listening to more murder podcasts, which, side note, I'm not doing any murders. I got too much going on, y'all. And side note, if you think you're going to murder me, I know all the tricks. I know every trick. I know all the leading up tricks. If you try to take possession of my children, I'll know something's up. I don't have children, but that always happens. When someone tries to get the children, they end up just like, they definitely call a guy. And they're like, we got to take Cheryl out. It's really messed up. I'm looking out for all the women out there who are dealing with those spouses. Have them arrested now. Reported every time. What I'm saying is, I keep waiting for a long form interview that isn't. I love Jason Bateman and Will Arnett and Sean Hayes. I'm just going to say this. I can't take it seriously that any of them are being genuine at any moment.
Mm-mm.
I've seen them do too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss Mark Maron because is he old and curmudgeon-y sometimes and a little crazy? Yeah, but it's raw as hell. Is he sometimes going to make the interview about him? Welcome to the show with my name in the logo. But we're missing the long-form human exploration that he was giving us in a way that is meaningful to me personally. And so that's what it's gonna be. We're gonna have guests that you can't even imagine. You know, I always thought about Mortal Kombat. You know, Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter,
Mm-hmm.
Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
It's always these super cool people, right? And I always wanted a fighting game where it was just like Gary, who's a line cook, versus Sebastian, who works at a daycare and he has to clean up shit. And I just get to see them two in Avatar style, the premium formats, duke it out. Just sloppy, regular people fights. And that's what these guests are going to be. They're sometimes going to be really famous and cool and awesome, but I'm going to take some risks on some guests here to get some people in, and we're going to do some weird stuff. You remember that time in Tallahassee where I invited an unhoused person into my car that I found at the Toys R Us parking lot and interviewed them for an hour and then couldn't get him to leave and bought him a pack of cigarettes and was going to have that be my first podcast, but I realized the dangers of that. Let's bring it back.
Wow.
Let's bring it back. You think that audio is somewhere? It's on one of my computers.
That's so funny.
You think we should find it?
Yeah.
Patreon exclusive?
Yeah.
I know it's somewhere. Like it's saved. It's 100% saved somewhere. Yeah, that's a real thing. One episode, I never released it and it scared me. I couldn't, but it was a very great conversation, but it's like not like finding out someone's killed someone like halfway through your conversation and they're with you and it's like dark at the Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And like, I think you can be healed of racist thoughts, but you find out like you got to vet the guests a little better. I'm vetting some of our guests a little better. It was a real testament to who I was at the time, but we're bringing that back. Human maximalization. My mother was reminding me last week that I've always been a maximalist. Always. And to deny that is necessary to my growth path. I have to go into my cocoon, Peter. My mother reminded me that too. She goes, you're loquacious and you're gregarious and you're social until you're not. And then if you don't respect that, you can't go back out into it. Mm-hmm. And she could see this year has worn me out. I started the year finding out that we're going to have, I'm not going to use the words here. I don't want to get you in any more trouble. Not a good situation with our government, and that I was going to be a champion, but that my sister was going to be outcast because of her broken limbs, that I was going to have to fight tooth and nail to defend my championship. And it's possible. Speaking of, I'm the number one gay wrestler. Did we talk about this last week?
Yeah.
We talked on the show?
I think we did. Maybe we didn't.
I think we found out after because my mom was showing you all the art and y'all had already talked.
Yeah.
Number one gay wrestler. Never been that before. Do you know what that tells me, Peter? That it's time to maximize. Mm-hmm. When you're on top, you know what the worst thing you can do is?
Nothing.
Worry about your legacy.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Guess what? You know what Mike Tyson said?
There's no legacy.
There's no legacy.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. I'll be dead in the ground. The maggots will eat the soup of my body. I can reflect on nothing I've done so far. Why has Effy survived as long as Effy has survived? Because Effy is never not moving forward to give more. What's the goal? People go, what's your goal in all this? And I go, to fucking evaporate the doubt from my mind of the human ability. That's my goal in this. To survive in this cultural desert that has been created for us by corporate entities as an entertainer who says, I don't live like that. Okay? Marty Supreme, he bent the knee a few times. And I'm watching Marty Supreme going, he got what he wanted. And I could have gotten a lot more, but I never bent that knee. And I'm not going to start bending it right now. You think I'm going to start bending it now? I'm ahead of where Marty was. Marty was trying to be supreme, and he was getting fucked over left and right. And he was getting bent at the knee. But guess what? I'm not bending the knee. You can keep spanking my ass with a paddle. I'm not bending the knee. I'm not falling for your tricks. It doesn't embarrass me. I don't have embarrassment in my heart anymore. That's what he said. To me, that's what it sounded like. We got to wrap this up. Peter, thank you for being such a wonderful friend.
Of course. Thank you for being a wonderful friend.
Thank you for being here in this time of need and making it as easy as possible to let her go to All Dogs Go to Heaven. It's awesome. What a journey she went on to see when she came into my life. I was just picking up some bookings and she was here for all of that. She never knew her daddy was a number one gay star global icon. She may have known it, but it wasn't important to her. And she said, look, I need you to go be that for them now. You've been for me what you were. And now for them, you will be more. And I'm not slowing down. I'm not apologizing for taking big swings. And we're bringing some crazy energy into the next year. You ready, Peter?
I'm ready.
We can't be slowed down.
I'm ready.
We've had our moment. It's time to shine.